Hello all, my name is Ankita Agarwal. So from today, I am going to start DBMS, Database Management System. So this is the first video of this lecture series of DBMS, and in this video, I am going to discuss the basics of DBMS. The basic terms that are used in the DBMS, that is what is data, what is database, what is information, what is database system, purpose of using DBMS. So in short, in this video, we will discuss the basics of DBMS. So before understanding the DBMS, we should know that what is data, what is database, and what is information. So the first term is what is data. Right? So data is simply the facts or information that can be recorded. Right? And these facts can be stored in the form of texts, numbers, videos, speech, audio, images. Where you all know that texts and numbers are the traditional form of data, right? So let's take an example of Ola and Uber. Is Ola and Uber are having their own taxis or cabs? No, they are just managing the data. That is, they have the whole data, but they just manages the data. So you can see this is the importance of data. From that data, they are making millions and billions, right? So you see, nowadays, if someone has large amount of data, that person can make millions of rupees from that data only. Now take another example, right? When you open any shopping site, let's say Amazon or Flipkart, and you have searched any electronic product on that. So next time when you will open that site or app again, you will notice that they will suggest you with that particular electronic product of different brands. And why is it so? Because they have recorded what data you searched for and what you have seen earlier. So according to that data, or you can say on the basis of that data, they suggest you the similar or the same product. So it means they were having the data, right? So having said that, based on that data, they are running their large businesses, thereby making millions and billions of money. So in a nutshell, data is very, very important these days, right? So the next term is, what is database? So database is nothing but a organized collection of data. It is an organized collection of data which represents some real world entities, right? Which represents some real world entities. So it means that if there are some changes in the real world entities, they should reflect in the database also, right? So let us take an example of any college. When you open the college site, you can see the list of faculty, list of courses, right? So if in any case, any faculty left the college or any course is now not available in that particular college, now what should happen? The list should be updated, right? The name of the faculty or the course should not be there and should be modified. So this is what I am saying, that database is a collection of related data that represents some real world entities. It should represent some real world entities. Now next is, what is information? Right? So now how this information is different from the data? Information simply is a processed or meaningful data. It's a meaningful data. which is processed. That is, we extract information from the data. We extract information from the data. So let's take an example. If you have an exam of DBMS tomorrow and you want to see DBMS videos on the YouTube platform. So guys, for you, DBMS videos are the information, right? On YouTube, you all know that there are millions of videos, but you just want to see DBMS videos, right? So for you, the whole lot of videos on the YouTube is data. And the DBMS videos which you want to see for your exam preparation are the information right here. Fine? So from this you can understand that information is nothing but a data which is meaningful data or the required data. Right? Now, what is DBMS? So till now, what we have done, that we had large amount of data from where we extracted some information as well. And now that whole collection of data is now saved somewhere at the back end, that is on the servers or hard drives, etc. Now the question arises that what we will do with that data, right? Obviously now user want to fetch that data, right? User now wants to access that data. So DBMS basically is the data keeping system. DBMS basically is the data keeping system. Fine? And now when the user now want to add some data, delete some data and update some data, right, or modify some data. So on an average, what they are doing, they are performing some operations on that data. That is, they are inserting the new data, they are selecting old data and deleting it if it is not required, and they are updating the data. So these are the operations of DBMS. So DBMS has collection of operations that provides easiness to the user, so that the user can easily perform operations on a database, that is insertion, deletion and updation. Right? So now our data can also be remotely located, right? For example, I am sitting in Delhi and the data is in Mumbai, but user has nothing to do with the location of the data, because the user can also access the data from the database or can perform the operations on the database from remote location also. For example, there is a site named IRCTC, you all know. So if I have to do my train reservation on IRCTC, so will it matter to me that where is the whole data of IRCTC located? Obviously not. But what matters to me is I can easily access my booking details, update or delete or insert anything which is required, right? So to perform all these operations, DBMS is there to help us. Now for different companies, there are different databases, right? For example, Microsoft has created the SQL Server 2005, 2008, 2010, 12, 16, etc. Oracle has made Oracle 9i, 11, 12c, 16 and different versions are there. Fine. MySQL is also from Oracle. DB2 is created by IBM. Right? Now next is the common issues with the database. So common issues that are related with the database are the redundancy and inconsistency. Right? Now, what is this redundancy and inconsistency? Let's discuss. So, redundancy simply means having multiple copies of same data in the database, or we can say the same piece of data is stored in two or more separate places. Fine. Now let's understand with the help of an example. Suppose a table of student detail attributes are student ID, name, contact, college, course, rank. Right? So here you can clearly see that the values of the attributes, that is the college, course and rank, is being repeated, which can lead to problems, and problems caused due to redundancy are insertion anomaly, deletion anomaly and updation anomaly. These are the problems that are caused due to redundancy. So let's discuss these three in detail. First of all, insertion anomaly. So if a student details has to be inserted whose course is not being decided yet, then insertion will not be possible till the time course is decided for the student. So this problem happens when the insertion of a data record is not possible without adding some additional unrelated data to the record. Right? So this is the problem which arises with the insertion anomaly. Next is the deletion anomaly. So if the details of a student in the table are deleted, then the details of college will also get deleted, right? Which should not occur by common sense. So this anomaly happens when deletion of a data record results in losing some unrelated information that was stored as a part of the record that was deleted from a table. So in short, it is not possible here to delete any information without losing some information in the table as well, right? So next is the updation anomaly. So now suppose if the rank of a college changes, right? Then the changes will have to be all over the database, right? Which will be time consuming and computationally costly as well. Fine. So if updation do not occur at all places, then the database will be in the inconsistent state, right? So our next topic is the inconsistency. So data inconsistency occurs when similar data is kept in different formats in more than one file. So when this happens, it is important to match the data between files. Sometimes files duplicate some data. And you see, when information like names and addresses are duplicated, it may lead to a compromise in data integrity. Fine? So this is the data inconsistency, right? So data inconsistency is a situation where there are multiple tables within a database that deals with the same data but may receive it from different inputs, right? So you can now understand that database plus DBMS is database system. That is the collection of data plus how to access that data is the whole package of a database system, right? Now next comes the purpose of database, purpose of DBMS. So now you all know that the purpose of using DBMS is to store the data and to retrieve the data. To store the data, we mean that is to store the data in such a way that the redundant data or duplicate data is not there, so as to decrease or optimize the storage space, right? Next is the retrieving the data. By retrieving the data properly, we means how to retrieve the meaningful data, that is the data required from large amount of data present, right? Now next is the applications of DBMS. Database is actually required everywhere nowadays, right? Like few of the examples are given here: airlines, telecommunication, railways, finance, accounting systems. All of these have their own databases where they store the related data, right? Next is the RDBMS. What is RDBMS? It is the Relational Database Management System. So RDBMS is a database management system that stores the data in the form of relations or tables, you can say, that is in rows or columns. Fine. So every table is related to another table. Every table is related to another table here. So you see, in DBMS, data is stored in the hierarchical form. So now, can I say that every RDBMS is a database? Yes. Every RDBMS is a database management system. Every RDBMS is a DBMS. But every DBMS is a RDBMS? No. So every RDBMS is a DBMS, but every DBMS is not RDBMS. So we can say RDBMS is a smaller subset of DBMS. Fine. So this is all for today, and I think this is enough for the introduction to DBMS. Further we will discuss in the next video, right? Thanks for watching.